Hi, my name is Shreyasi. I'm a mom to a beautiful, loving, amazing daughter whose name is Anaya. She is about 5 years old now. I'm so happy that I get to experience the best of both worlds. I love being a mom, I love being a working woman, and I'm so thankful that I have this.
Hey everyone, I'm Rashida, mom to a very naughty 5-year-old kid. His name is Ayan. I am currently a stay-at-home mom. And I love being a mother. I think it's just the most amazing thing I've ever experienced. But I am also looking to get back to work soon, and I can't wait to experience balancing the both of them.
So, hi girls, and welcome to the Talk About It with Maana show.
Hi.
Hi.
Excited?
Very excited.
I'm sure you girls are, because the topic is very close to our heart.
Yeah,
All three of us
absolutely,
here
absolutely.
are mothers. So, on that note, tell me, when did the two of you embrace motherhood? At what age?
So I was 28.
Okay.
Yeah, I got married at 25, and we had decided to plan after 3 years, and then it happened.
So it happened by plan.
We planned to have a baby. Yeah.
Right. And Shreyasi, you?
I think 2 years into a marriage, mine was an arranged marriage. So there were like set goals, right? When you have an arranged marriage, you know that you're getting married at 27, you want to have a kid maybe in a year and a half, 2 years time, because you want to give each other that much time, to spend with. And so Anaya was about, I think, 2 years into our marriage. We had Anaya. So that's
Beautiful.
special.
But tell me, how important do you think is age as a factor when we decide to become mothers? Like, through my journey, how I wish it wouldn't have been this way, but I definitely did realize that in the olden times, people would say, Jaldi shadi karo, get married sooner, have kids sooner. After I had my kids, I realized that yes, somewhere it is true, with the energy part and all of that. What's your take on it?
Absolutely. I think even I feel the same. I obviously had a baby at 28, and then now when I'm thinking that, Ayan is going to be 20, and, I'm going to be nearing my 60s, and, then now when I see my mother, I'm like, I still have, like my mother has a grandchild to play with.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know if you're going to sustain that age.
Oh yeah, as grandparents, will we
like,
be?
Whatever. I don't know if Ayan is going to get married or whatever, but, thinking about, life, steps that, that we generally go through, I don't know if I'm going to, I probably, feel I could have had a baby a little earlier.
Yeah.
But let's see now how fit I am.
No, I think I am of the opinion that I don't think I would have been ready before. I think I had everything from my marriage to my kid was, I think, destined to be at that point of time, and I was always very happy at the space that I've been with both the situations, and before that I think I myself was very immature to handle anything
which is a very good point.
Yeah.
Like, while I still think that, having a baby sooner would have been so much better, but yes, this is such a valid point. I think had I had my baby in my early 20s, I myself didn't know what to do with myself and bringing in another life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I was clueless. Like even with Anaya, when she was born, I, for the initial few weeks, was still trying to figure, like how you're talking about postpartum, you just brought that up so beautifully. I think you're still trying to figure. I was like, all right, so what am I supposed to do now? I know I have this cute baby in front of me. I have the entire family support. Like my mom had come down, my sister was there, my father was here, in-laws, husband, the entire entourage is here to take care of this little, thing that we have created. But I wasn't really able to understand what is it that I'm supposed to do next.
This is so real.
And I'm sure everybody goes through it, and it was difficult. I don't think I could have handled it any better at an earlier age. I think I was little comfortable handling it at the age that I was.
A little matured, I think.
It took me precisely 11 days to feel like a mother.
Right.
Like, till the time my first baby was being born, I was really excited. The moment she was in my hands, in my arms, I was like, what do I do? Like, what is this? Like, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and she's all mine. And I have created this in my womb. But now what? Like, why is she waking up every 2 hours? And why am I not getting any sleep? All of that went on. It took me precisely 11 days to have those tears of joy and be like, wow, I'm a mom, But yes, postpartum is real.
Yeah.
And I think all of us, in some aspect, have struggled with that.
Absolutely.
Rashida, do you?
I think I don't think I've really kind of had like a postpartum, but I think the initial 2-3 months that it really takes you to understand like why is the baby crying, why is like does he have colic, and for everything
colic.
like running to the doctor, and obviously like in my family I think I was the first one to have a baby, so it was not like I had too many friends or family sharing experiences with me. It was always Google, or it was either the doctor or then our moms, but then again moms also had like an age, there's an age gap, things that happened 30 years back is different than what happens now. Of course babies are babies, but then
of course
we're always like mothers would say something and we're like no, like I'm going to ask Google. But then it took me 2-3 months to settle down, and I mean I was okay with it. I was obviously like really excited to get pregnant and have a baby.
The child,
like the day I got into labor I was like yay, like today's the day.
Yes, that happened.
I really want to know like what is this labor that everybody's talking about. But I didn't really like go through a postpartum. I mean it was okay for me,
But since you brought up moms, I'd want to understand from each of you, how differently are you bringing up your kids, different than how our mothers brought us up? 20-30 years back, things were very different. The way we were brought up, the things which were taught to us were very different. And you are raising a girl and you are raising a boy. So how are we doing this differently?
I think there are a lot of things that are very similar to what my parents, my mom would have, have gone through, because being, I mean, unfortunately or fortunately, being a girl comes with a lot of, one has to be very careful, one has to be very cautious when you're raising a kid, because like you,
and
like
especially
talking,
a girl,
right? We're talking about good touch, bad touch. I mean, I think now in today's day and age, boy, girl, it goes for everybody. But I think when you raise a girl, I'm talking from my experience, you are extra cautious. Is she talking to, who is she talking to? She shouldn't get too touchy or friendly with somebody, older. And one has to be very, very careful and always on the guard. So there are a lot of things that are similar to what my mom did.
I think the values would be similar.
Absolutely. And luckily I have got very, very broad-minded parents. So I am lucky that way, is that I got the best of everything. Like for my age, I had a scooty then. I'm from a small town called Durgapur. It's a steel township. And I was like one of the very first girls to have like a scooty. So I would flaunt it, and my parents would be like very chill with it. They knew that I would be careful, I would be responsible, I guess. So I think that is somehow, that is something that I have tried to keep with even my daughter, both my husband and I. We want to have all kind of communication open with her even now at this. Even today when she wants to talk to us about something, we try our best to give her that attention, because both of us are so busy with our lives. Sometimes you would be like, haan theek hai, baith jao. Arey haan later. You just try to not have that conversation sometimes. But I think the only thing that we are doing different, I would say, is we are little more relaxed. We are not always uptight, send her to so many classes, let her do, because kids today are so aware, so self-aware of what they want and what they want to do. I don't think we have to really mold them as much as probably we were required to. So I think we give that much of a leeway and free hand. Probably we will expose them to a bunch of things. Like we're talking about swimming, and her son goes for gymnastics and ballet and dance. But I think eventually, I think they are pretty sorted to figure कि भाई मुझे यही करना है. You better not.
This is what I don't want to do. Maybe they're still figuring out what they want to do, but I think even at this age, they know what they don't want to do. But tell me more about Ayan also. How are you raising him?
So I'm very, like at home, it's not like, because he's a boy, you can't do something. And because, it's like, for example, when we say that girls cry, it's not like that, boys can also cry. And I'm like, whenever,
and you are inculcating that in him.
And like even, when we're talking about classes, it's like, I'm just there to guide him. Like I'll probably talk about, like today he's like, okay, mama, how, like, if he wants to buy something, I'm not going to be like, okay, go take the money, let's go buy. You have to earn for it. So from now, I'm like, no, you have to earn for yourself. Your father is there, your mother is there to support you. but not like at every point in life where you know that you can come back to us. You think about it from now, that how are you going to grow up to earn your own money and buy this thing for yourself. So now he's like, okay, mama, what is it that I can do to earn? And then I'm giving him examples that, okay, so you watch, Vlad and Nikki, why, like, how do you think they are making money? Oh, mama, so can we also make YouTube videos and get money? I'm like, no, like, it's, what is interesting then? And even things like, he's like, mama, I want to cook. I said, we'll find the right age. I am going to let you cook, I am going to let you iron, I'm going to let you do everything. But when the time comes, there's no differentiation. Like even, when we talk about good touch and bad touch, like I've taught him body parts, like a girl has boobs, a girl has vagina, a boy has a penis. Like it's just a body part, Why not keep them aware of it?
I'm so glad the way you are even on screen talking about these body parts. It's actually as normal as that.
Because I think it's just going to be easier later, like, the rapes happening and, things like that.
Yeah, because we are normalizing it.
Yeah,
that, okay, boys have a certain thing, girls have a different thing, but it's really literally as normal as that.
Absolutely.
It's science, it's biology.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think the way we were brought up, it was very hush-hush. No, you don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Right? I think therefore it played a lot more on our minds, and when we are normalizing
like he already
this
knows
for
like
our
how
kids,
baby is born, I've explained him the process, and he's like, mama, but how did you do it? I said, when you grow up, I explain you in a better way. But like for you, it's only to know where the baby came out from. And then he keeps wondering, and sometimes out of the blue, he's like, mama, but how did you do it? I'm like, okay, I will talk about it. Yeah. And how Ayan, like, he's like so inquisitive about things.
So curious about everything. But tell me, now when we're talking about postpartum and then how we are bringing up kids, how important is the role of the rest of the family? Apart from the mothers, because a huge chunk of blame and credit goes to the mothers. I'd say it happens both ways, okay? But then it's not just the mother who's bringing up the child, right? There's a partner, his side of the family, his parents, our parents, right? So how important do you think is their role in shaping a child's upbringing?
So for me, I think both my husband and I, we work. He's traveling pretty much the entire week. I come home, I think mostly by 7:38 in the evening. So luckily, I have been blessed with a very good set of in-laws who are absolutely like my second parents, Yes, what happens initially when you get married, you take time to adjust to the setup, right? Because we've been staying away from home for a very long time, and we are so independent. Too independent for our own good, and to get back to the family setup takes a lot of time. Having said that, I think once Anaya came into our lives, it changed the entire family dynamics to another level, because we started interacting more, because there was a common topic to talk about, to discuss, to love, So I think it became so much easier. Being with each other, talking to each other. I think we became more open.
Everyone had a common goal.
Absolutely, to like give as much love and nurture this little thing with so much of care. And so I think for me it has been a blessing, because I travel as well, and I'm always, while we do have a nanny, like we say, to take care of her, and she loves her too, luckily. But I think with mom and dad, the fact that she always has these two set of grandparents who love her, who are always there to teach her the right things, and to guide her the right way. It's very essential, because the only, I think, and it's something might sound very cliche, but the only people who can fill in the lives of a child when the parents are not around are grandparents.
Yes.
Because I think they love them more.
I think we'd agree.
We would restrict them from doing a lot of things, but I think grandparents are so selfless that they probably are so selfless that they're like, हाँ चलो 4 chocolate खाना है, खा लो, no problem.
Yeah.
So that's when you're like, listen,
That's
अभी
the
थोड़ा.
love.
So there are times
And
when
these, our parents or our partner's parents, they weren't like this with us.
Absolutely
but
not.
they're a whole different set of people as grandparents.
And it's crazy, because when you see the amount of love, like even my parents, whenever they're visiting, or whenever Anaya goes to my hometown, it's amazing to see how the bond from being parents, because I see them as my parents. From being parents to grandparents, is a different journey altogether. And I would be like, listen, why are you so partial towards her? You never let me do these things when I was that old.
The rules are completely different. Yes,
and also the fact that my parents, of course, and my in-laws have been so supportive of the career that I have, because I shoot, and the shoots are late night. I probably will be home by 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and while we talk about like feminism and I will do whatever I want to do, why would you? It is not like that. You need the family support if you want to, like have a good life. It's important to have your family supporting you. It's important to have, these sort of people around you, because you feel so grounded. Like now at the age that I am, I feel so nice when I come home, because I feel, okay, this is the space that I belong to, and I'm so happy that mom is there, dad is there, Kunal, my husband, and my daughter. And you feel complete. You know that this is what probably you wanted, and this is something that you have at this point of time, and you feel so thankful and lucky.
And so while you are out working, you don't have to worry about your child.
Not
you know that she's still back home with family.
And mom and dad are so hands-on. You guys have met her. She's always there picking Anaya up from school. She makes sure that she's there when she comes out of school. So I think these things, she's always, both my parents, they're so hands-on with Anaya, and she absolutely loves the attention. I don't think
how's the journey been with you?
Of course, same. I think exactly what she said. My parents, my in-laws, like they have always, like they just love Ayan so much. Like he's like the center of attraction everywhere. Like whenever he's at home.
Ayan,
like,
being Ayan.
Like, for example, in the morning, when he goes to school, we all four are at the door to say bye to him.
Really?
So we'll start like, with
sweet.
Dada, like, so every morning when he wakes up, how difficult it is to wake up a child, but he wakes up and he wants to go to Dadi's room first.
Oh.
So he will go and like sleep with her for 10 minutes, and she's not allowed to get up till he does not decide to, wake up and then, get out for breakfast. So his 15 minutes in the morning is with Dadi. He comes out of his room, his eyes, and then he's in my in-laws' room and sleeping with them, like with curtain shut, till I'm making his breakfast. And then till we leave, till my husband goes to drop him to school. We all four are there just saying bye to him. And of course, with everything else, like I'm not working, I'm a stay-at-home mom. But whenever we have to get out, we have to, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my parents, they're always there to, take care of him.
Yeah, like we can actually afford to have a social life wherein we're not carrying our kids along.
Yeah, like back in the day, it was not there. Like my mother, at times she's like, you all are going out, leaving your child. I'm like, mom, but like, times are different now. She's like, at our times, we didn't have in-laws, staying with us all the time and taking care of
but then
kids,
I think our parents or moms never even chose to leave us back home and go gallivanting the way we girls do. But with that, I want to ask you all, is the concept of mom guilt real? Because we are still talking about career and family support and all of that, but we are also talking about going out for a cup of coffee, a harmless coffee with our girlfriends or with a set of friends, but not with the kids. So are we really feeling guilty about having a life of our own apart from the kids?
No, it's important like to have your personal life also. Like I think we are, like me and my husband, like we are very clear that if there ever has to be a holiday, we never do a holiday without Ayan. Like he's always with us.
Right.
So there is no guilt, We're like, no, like he's a part of us. We have decided to bring him into this world, and we don't want to leave him behind. We want him to have his own memories, like how our parents always took us. I don't think, back in the days, there were times, when our parents left us and went for a holiday.
Forget about a holiday. I don't think even for a dinner.
They did.
Thinking about it now, and I'm like, mom, like, why didn't you take me, for
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
trip? So we want to make Ayan a part of it every time we go. But of course, there are times, where we, we probably need that time alone. Probably like a good dinner, or, a night out with friends. Probably sometimes like just one night that,
Yes.
there's a wedding in the family, or, with friends, where we cannot take the kid.
Right.
No, I don't feel guilty about it.
Our moms were very uptight about this, that log kya kahenge, or my child, and I'm the center of his universe, and I must take my child everywhere. And I think a lot of moms who are watching this, of our mom's age, all the elderly mothers who are watching this, I think they'd agree that somewhere they lost out on their individuality. You know, and we girls, I think we figured that out, that we do not want to repeat the same thing which our mothers did. That, of course, beautiful. We willingly chose motherhood for ourselves, but not forgetting that we have a life of our own and not carry any guilt about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think my mom also, like I said, I have very amazing set of parents. My mom, so we had this Durgapur club, which was like this hub of activities, like, you know, for kids, for everybody, right? We had jam sessions and these parties.
Wow.
So I would always see my mom, and even we had, you know, 2 full-time helpers at home. My dad would be at office and my mom would be there throughout the day, you know, taking care of us, sending us to school, packing our bags, etc. But there would be these occasional days when I would see her getting ready, putting her big bindi, because that is a thing that fascinates me about her, big red bindi that she puts, getting dressed, looking so beautiful and elegant, and going to these small little, you know, parties and events with her friends, hanging out for an hour, not much, because she would be calling up and checking on me and saying, are you okay? You fine? I'll get you this thing to eat.
That,
and she would pack things for me and my sister to eat, and she would come home and I would feel this is amazing, right? She's living her life, she's having a good time, but she's never left us alone ever. It's not like I feel, oh, I don't have my mom attending to me. She's always there. But I would always feel happy that she's taking part in these activities and going to these events and taking
So she set the right example.
I think she did. And I think we also have a great set of friends, you know, that we want to chill with. And Kunal and I, we have these group of common friends that we go out with, we hang out with. Yes, there's a lot of guilt that happens, say, for instance, when I stay over at a friend's place and I'm like, oh, Anaya, I'm not there. And she, of course, misses me, right? And she's like, when's mama coming back? Or when I'm traveling and I'm like, oh, I feel so guilty. But I know that it's a part of growing up. When she grows up to become the girl that she would want to, she's going to understand, right? And it's not because I don't want to be with her, but it is going to help me become a better mother if I maintain my sanity as well. You know, it's so important that if I'm happy, I can keep my child happy. But by cutting down on my likings and my interests, I don't think I'll be happy, and neither will I be able to be a happy mom.
I think there has to be like an equal balance, you know, like a child also needs to understand that your mother and father also need to go out. They also have their own life, which I'm very clear with Ayan. I'm like, Sunday is for you. You know, like the entire Sunday we are going to spend with you. Dad is at home, you know, we're going to have a good time. But if we have to go out any other day in the night, but that is going to be after you sleep. So
right, so you get done with your mom duties, everything,
I mean,
and
like, you know, that's how, like, see, because I am again like a stay-at-home mom, and you know, she's working, so things are very different between us.
Right.
And you know, I'm there with him all the time, like I'm, you know, there to pick him up from school, and after school, you know, taking him for classes, and you know, playing with him, doing craft with him. So I'm there with him all day.
Right.
So I think if I take like 3 or 4 hours without him, I think it's okay, you know.
Absolutely.
I mean, and he's very like, okay, you know, mama, you have to go out. Okay, I'm going for a movie. Kids are not allowed, so I cannot take you. But I'll probably put him off to bed, and then I'll go. So he doesn't even know that I'm not at home.
So he's not really missing out on anything.
Yeah, and then you know, we tell him that, you know, you have to be at home. You know, you're going to be with Dadi, and we are not at home.
So it's attachment with detachment.
Absolutely.
And it works best both ways, even for the kids.
I think as parents, we also now take a lot of interest in, like she was saying, a movie night, or say taking kids out for these kind of activities. We also as parents have, I think, taken a lot of effort to make sure that the child feels attended to. The child feels that they are making enough memories with us as well. Like she said, vacations ho gaya, never without the kid, right? Or there are so many movies, like for instance, you see an Avenger movie.
And Spider-Man, like, I think he's probably, you know, aware of it before I even know about it. So, you know, Mama, I have to go for this.
Don't you think as parents, as mothers, we are way more sensitive towards our kids than the older generation? Would you agree?
No, I don't think so.
No, even I
think it's equal. Rather, I think they were. I wouldn't say that we are not sensitive, but I think we have, like we're discussing, we have the right balance of detaching when required. We do not. While we do talk a lot about you know, mom guilt or dad guilt for that matter, because my husband is traveling the entire week and he feels so bad that, you know, I wish I was there with you guys, or maybe missing out on a certain event, you know, or moments. But eventually, I think we know that, or he also knows that he has to do this for a better future for the family, right?
Right.
When I'm away, I know that I'm not doing it just for my career growth, but also because I want to provide for and help him equally in the
Right.
marriage and taking care of the entire family. So I think while we are sensitive, of course, but I think we know not to feel this guilt and hold it. And a lot of parents do, because I know and I spoke to a lot of mothers who go through a lot of guilt, right?
Yeah.
And also because I think the family setup, friends, environment plays a very important role. Luckily, like I said, I also am out till late. Nobody has really asked me that why are you doing this? You know, you're leaving the kid behind. Are you sure you want to do this?
How good is that?
So
because
I think,
believe me, even as our viewers are listening to us, I can promise you what you're saying is rare. A lot of eyebrows are going to be raised.
Absolutely.
And I wish for that to happen. I wish for the eyebrows to be raised because this actually is normal.
Yeah.
And I think I want to speak for the both of us, for all three of us, that, you know, we are lucky to belong to those kind of families, you know, where there's so much, the values are very liberal and we got to be raised that way. But had you priorly known that this is how the journey of motherhood would be, would have you chosen to do things differently?
No. I'm very happy with, like, I love
the way it
motherhood.
turned out.
Yeah. Just that, you know, if in case, like you know that I always wanted to have 2 kids. And I don't know what the future is going to be, but I'm very sure of that I want to have 1 kid. But probably if I had planned a couple of years earlier, but that would mean that, you know, getting married earlier, which I'm not sure of. Like, when I got married was a good age. But if in case I, you know, had planned a second child sooner, things would have been different, and I don't know how motherhood would have been, you know, lesser age gap between the kids, and now planning a second one is too late, I feel. But whatever I have, I think I'm happy, and I think it's like I think nowadays a lot of parents who don't, you know, wish to have kids, which is totally fine.
To each his own.
Yeah, to each its own. But for me, I think motherhood is beautiful, and it's very different than I think even like getting married and then having a child also has a lot of impact on your relationship with your husband. So it's beautiful.
No, I think I'm absolutely happy. Like I was saying in the beginning, I think I'm absolutely happy where I'm at, you know, in my life at this point of time. There are a lot of struggles. I do feel a lot of times that I'm missing out on, like you're saying, like, you know, being there for her to pick her up from school. I do miss out on a lot of things, right? And I do sometimes feel slightly insecure that, you know, I'm not there. Will she? And
is she learning to live without you?
Yeah, you know, that's really sometimes when she's happy and she's like, she doesn't miss me. I'm like, okay, not that I'm not happy that she doesn't miss me.
Right.
But
this is also as much real.
Like she's totally a hands-on mom because, you know, we're in the same group. You know, our kids are in the same division. And I think there's sometimes, you know, when a kid is not in school and a mother messages, you know, okay, can you please update what was done in school? Shreyasi is always the first one to like reply. I'm like, I still haven't, you know, checked what he's done in school, and she already knows. So that's amazing. Like, you know, even like
handling your full-time career,
you still know like what she's up to, even while you're at work, and that's amazing.
Isn't this beautiful? One mom, you know, praising the other mom, and
that is
we
how
women standing up for one another. That's how it should be.
I totally support it. It's just that because, you know, I'm still like figuring out, you know, working, like, you know, as you know, like I was doing a banking job and then I got into events. And then, you know, I finally decided to take a break. I said I'll take a couple of years till, you know, my child is going to school, and then COVID happened, and then I just never got back to working. And now I'm like, I want to, you know, for myself, for my own sanity, like it's very important, like, to, you know, be out of that environment. Like I'm with Ayan all day, I'm just so used to him, and plus he's so used to me.
Right.
So I just want, like, you know, this is probably a good time for me to like
wean
now,
him off a little.
To wean him off and, like, you know, to probably get back to work. But you know what she's doing is amazing. I mean, I think I'll probably have a lot to learn.
I think every mother, I think, like how you have your own journey with the fact that you're always there picking him from classes, like, you know, making sure that he's being there, enjoying and all of that. I think all of us have our own little things that we try our best to give to a child and always try to be there. And I really love the fact that we're having this discussion today because this is such an important topic, you know, and it's not like, matlab shaadi karke you have to be a mother, right? It's not as if you're it's just not organic. And sometimes I feel that if a couple takes a decision not to be a parent, I think that's better than having a child and regretting having a child. That's such a disaster.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
And then that's why, you know, when they say that, you know, you plan a child, like, you know, like take your time, you know, as a couple and, you know, think about it and then
not just financially, but emotionally. Are you ready to be a mother or to be a father? Yeah,
absolutely.
But, okay, my final question to you is, what are your dreams for your kids?
Okay, so that's such a
like it's a very far-fetched.
I think for Anaya, I just wish and hope that she always loves us, her grandparents, her family. I'm sure that she will. So we are independent, and I'm sure she'll be even more independent than she would. I'm sure she'll do great in her life, but I just wish that she's always grounded. She always has this family, you know, set up in her mind, because that's so important, you know, because you have to get back to your family no matter where you are. So I just hope that she's always happy and safe wherever she is. I do not really have any concrete plans for her because we keep asking her, what do you want to be? So she wants to be a vet someday. She wants to be a pilot. A police officer. So she's got this variety that and it's great, you know, because when we were kids, we were either not told actually, but we always were aware that engineer banna hai, doctor banna hai. Luckily,
and then marks kam aa gaye, तो commerce कर लो, उससे भी कम आ गए तो arts,
right? And luckily my father has been so instrumental in where I am today, you know, because he knew that I'm really good with people. He knew that I like talking, I like, you know, doing these creative things, and that's when he figured that maybe media and you know, television, then now you have digital, etc. But media is the right field for my daughter, you know, and I think he was one of the very first fathers in that township to be moving me into a particular field which is so away from science and engineering and medical. I've seen people even force their kids pursue careers no matter what.
And I've seen the parents and the child fall flat on their faces, and it's such a sad journey.
Absolutely. So I think for Anaya, and I'm sure she would say the same for Ayan, I think for Anaya, I just want her to be happy, safe, and success is a very subjective matter, you know. It's not like you can't really quantify such success, but I just want her to be happy, safe, and always love us and remember us at the back of her mind. That's about
What are your dreams for Ayan?
Same here. So, you know, as I said earlier also, you know, I'm trying to, like, you know, tell him, like, make him aware of whatever is there, you know, like whatever, like for example, like the Chandrayaan 3 mission there. And just uske pehle, you know, I had all of a sudden what to watch, and you know, he keeps watching some rubbish, and I'm like, okay, let's watch what is that movie, the Mission Mangal. I made him watch that, and I think he watched it on repeat for like 6 days. Mama, but what is this, and what are these people doing? And then uske baad the Chandrayaan 3 happened, and he's just so intrigued, you know, by all of this. So right now this phase of becoming a space scientist. And then uske pehle it was like becoming a police officer, or he wanted to become, you know, like a vet also at one point. So, you know, it's always changing, but like, you know, I'm always there to guide him, and I think I'm going to support him always, and of course, you know, I want him to be loving, emotional, and I don't think I'm going to be dependent on him that when I'm
he should look after me. That expectation.
He has his own life to live, and we're always there for him.
My elder one asked me this, and she's like, Mama, I keep telling you every month, I keep saying I want to be this and that. So I think it's the same for all the kids. But then she asked me, what would you want me to be? And I'm like, why would you even think that I would want you to be this? And she's like, no, Mama, there are some moms. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, baby, but that's not the kind of mom I am.
Correct.
And I'm like, the only thing I want for you to do is never put yourself in that box, because society had said that this is how you should be, especially because you're a girl. And because I'm raising single-handedly 2 girls, I think it's all the more important that I tell them, go out, color outside of the box, go outside of the line. It's beautiful, but never construct yourself just to that one box because someone said you should. Falter. I tell them, make mistakes. That's the best thing you can do. Make mistakes, provided you learn from those mistakes.
I think that's very important, like where we, where we from now, like like Ayan also at times he's a little, Mama, what should I do? Should I color pink or should I color this? And I said, you think.
You decide, of
it's
course.
It's not like, the cloud has to be blue. If you like the color yellow, make it yellow.
Yeah.
But he's always, and I'm trying to change that about him because I don't want him to be dependent on me later in life that now you tell me what should I do. I'm like, you decide for yourself,
Or box him
what should I play
today?
Today? Should I play this or should I play with this? I said, whatever is interesting you,
Yeah, because boys are supposed to play with a set of toys. Why? Because you're a boy. You've already put the child in a box that because you're a boy, you're supposed to do this. But I must applaud how both of you are doing a fabulous job at being so gender neutral while you are raising a girl and while you are raising a boy. And I know your kids personally and I know your families personally. And I really, really must thank you, not just to be a part of the show, but because at least I know that, there are these two families which are raising two good kids, and the amount of ripple effect that's going to have in this world, and how I wish that viewers actually take a note of this, of how important this is, that in today's day and time, we really raise our kids to break the stereotypes. If they must, that is if they must. If the child is comfortable living a mundane, normal life, it's the child's call. But really, apart from giving birth, who are we to dictate terms and tell them this is how you must live?
Absolutely not.
The only thing I've told Anaya though, because she's a part of all our parties, like house parties, you go out, most of the places. So I've told her, listen, when I grow old, you better take me to at least few of your parties because I want you to feel like, because I also want to be part of your circle, don't just take me everywhere, but at least just handful of your parties, I just want to be there. And she's like, sure mama, and I'm going to see what she does when she grows older. I'm sure that's going to change.
I jokingly
But
he's like, Mama, I'm never leaving you. I said, wait till you grow 16, you'll never probably want, like now he's like, he'll keep coming to kiss me and he wants that hug and kiss from me. I'm like, baby, another 10 years, I don't think you're going to let me hug in front of your friends also. Again, it's different. Like, girls, like today also, like, when I'm, with my dad, like, he'll probably squeeze me and and all of that. And like, I think it's just different,
It's
a girl
different.
and a father bond. And
It's very, very
absolutely.
Son
Son
bond is
bond.
different.
I think it's commendable the way you are raising your kids as well.
Thank
also
you.
because I saw it so closely when you guys came over to our place for the play date. It was so much fun.
Yes.
But I think really great that the life experiences that you've had are so different. And they do not at any, I've never seen that reflect on the kind of a mother that you are to your kids, because you're always so patient and you hear them out, and when they're fighting amongst each other, you be like, one second, just what happened, just let me hear you out. Because organically what happens is you either would yell at a child or say, don't fight. You would always hear them out. I think that's really commendable.
Yeah, like I think I've known Sneha like since nursery now. Like it's almost 2.5 years. But it's just that recently that I, got to know about it. And like I've never felt it, like the way you raise the kids. Like it's just amazing. I mean, I think both your daughters also, together. Like the other day, how they were like fighting over the fact that, when I reached, I was like, oh, you're taking away my friends, and you're crying, and like just the way I think she solved the entire thing, and the way she talks to her kids.
Because
and Anisha is so mature, like for
her age.
She's so mature.
My only thing is that I want them to be. So even when I'm taking them out shopping or whatever, I ask them, I just open their wardrobe and I ask them, you decide what you wish to wear. There are times when I'm like, oh my God, what did I just ask
so
for?
scary.
Because they'd want to wear, oh my God, I can't even explain.
I try not to give that.
But then I'm like, okay, if this is how it must be, if this is how it should be, okay, then this is how it is. But I think every single day, little by little, I'm trying to inculcate this sort of independence in them, that you do not need your mother or anyone for that matter to make these choices for yourself. You make whatever choice, whatever you at that point think is right, And no matter how many times you fall, you can always come home. Mama's always
Absolutely.
there.
Yeah, I think we can just guide them whenever they would want us.
As long as they know that we are there.
Yeah,
to
we
look
should
after
just,
them.
that's about it.
I think these days, kids, like there are very younger generation of kids going through depression and
Absolutely.
fails. I think it's very important that the parent
That the
knows
door
what
is
child,
always open for the
doing
child
from
to
the
come.
beginning, and the child can, just have that kind of. So there are times when a parent would like scold a child for doing something. That why did you do this? Probably it's like a very childish thing to do, but then at times parents are strict, which I feel you shouldn't be, and like don't put that fear in your child, because probably another time when he wants to tell you something, he'll not come to it. Thinking my mama is going to shout at me, and then probably that will go on for like many years of his life.
This has backfired also on me, because my daughters have been very blunt and at times very rude as well to me. And I think of my days like, oh my god, I have never ever back answered my parents, but I'm like, good, no, because there were times when I had all the answers, but I was taught, no, aap ulta jawab nahi dete. Today I love and I'm so proud of myself that I chose to break that pattern, that I don't want to be that kind of a mom. You wish to be rude, we have our bad days, and come on, let's accept we've also been rude with our kids.
Absolutely.
They're just having a bad day. So what if they chose to be rude for one moment, not even a day? Because we all know our kids, once they are done with the tantrum, the next thing they'll do is they'll come and hug us and be like, oh mama, sorry.
I think
But
one thing
that's
that
important, no?
very much, I think.
And there's another thing that I do, where so Ayan, like, I mean, I don't know, I think a girl and father bond is probably different, and a mother and son bond. So at times, when he'll do something, he's like, Mama, don't tell Papa, please don't tell Papa. And then I actually don't tell him. Like, I will tell Sahil, okay, there is something, but I'm not going to tell you because Ayan has told me not to share it with you.
Okay.
So I think that's just kind of building that confidence,
that
I can come and tell my mother something because I'm there spending more time with him, than my husband is. Of course, he's a complete hands-on father otherwise, but just to get that confidence that whenever you want to, I'm going to keep your secret and you can come and tell me.
And you can count on me.
Yeah, you can count on me for everything.
That's so important.
Very important.
Just like kind of building on that with him.
With Anna also, I think like Kunal and I, we always try to do this good cop, bad cop thing, because there was a phase when she, I think because she was trying to figure herself, her life and things around her, and why am I supposed to do this? Why are you, even when we put her for her dance class, put her into a dance class, she was like, I don't want to do, I'm not sure if I want to do this, right? And we asked her that, please go ahead and at least try. So I think one thing that is very important is there's this very thin line between giving your child the freedom to do anything and the child then having a huge tantrum phase, that not a phase, but then the child taking you for granted that because my parents, they say,
very liberal,
so I will do whatever. So I think that is something which is a very scary thing, which even we as parents are trying to figure, because it's not like we know everything, right? While we are parents, we're still figuring things out.
We are also learning, of course.
So we always have to be, we try to be careful that we are always we're giving her that amount of freedom, but we also not making her feel that, listen, you can do anything. You have to have a discipline in whatever you want to do. You don't want to be a doctor, fine. But you want to be something. What is that something? Think for yourself. But don't ever not have an ambition or a goal in life and just thinking, let's figure, So I think that's important also, to kind of try to shape their thought process to the best of our capabilities, because it's not like we know everything. I'm sure there are times when they would want to do something which we've never thought of, right? And it would be brilliant. And for instance, when we play with the kids and we're doing like the magnetic tiles and all, we would make those typical house and things which are very cliche, but they would make something different altogether. And you're like, wow. So I think we should just give them the means and then just see
that's what, like we're always like just to guide them. And rest is for them to figure.
On that note, I'd really like to thank both of you for making time.
Thank you so much.
Why making time? Because as moms, the only thing we don't ever have is time. But thank you so much for joining me on this show.
It was amazing. And really nice.
Giving a lot of food for thought to our viewers. And I want to tell you all, like what Rashida said, I just want to repeat. Please watch this episode and understand that a cloud need not always be white or grey. like Ayan paints it, it could be pink as well, and that's absolutely okay. I hope you liked our show. Please drop into comments whatever you feel about the show, any suggestions, any thoughts, they'll be welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.